Okay, so today we're moving on to fractional and negative indices. This should be a little bit of a recap, but hopefully you can remember the rules, and this will make it easier for you. So we're going to start off with negative powers. Now, when there is a negative as a power, it takes the reciprocal. Okay, so here we go. 2 to the power of minus 1 makes it 1 over 2 to the power of 1. Obviously 2 to the power of 1 is just 2. So it's the reciprocal of 2 to the power of 1. So it's 1 over 2. That is your answer, 1 over 2. Okay, similarly here, takes your reciprocal of 3 squared. So it's 1 over 3 squared, 1 over 9. The minute you see a negative, it makes it 1 over. So 5 to the power of negative 3 is 1 over 5 cubed, 1 over 125. The minute you see a minus as a power, it is 1 over. Okay, end of story. Right, fractional. Okay, if it's to the power of 1 over something, okay, you take the root, whatever this bottom number is. So here we would take the square root. So 25 to the power of a half means the square root of 25. The square root of 25 is 5. We're taking the positive square root, not the negative square root, okay? So 27 to the power of a third. If it's to the power of a third, we're going to take the cube root. So whatever the denominator of the fraction is, that's what root you take. So 27 to the power of a third is the cube root of 27. What times is by itself 3 times to give you 27? The answer is 3. Okay, the next two combine negative and fractional. So 36 to the power of minus a half. The minus makes it 1 over. And then we've got 36 to the power of a half. 36 to the power of a half, we've learned if it's to the power of a half, it's the square root. And the square root of 36 is 6. So it is 1 over 6. Okay? Again, 32 to the power of minus a fifth. The minus makes it 1 over 32 to the power of fifth. And the fifth, we are taking the fifth root of 32. Now, that sounds very, very daunting, taking the fifth root of something, really hard. But you've got to think, if it's a non-calculator, they are going to give you something that works. Okay, so the fifth root of 32, what times is by itself 5 times to give you 32? Well, it's got to be quite small, so let's try 2. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32. 2 to the power of 5 is 32, so the fifth root of 32 is 2. So the answer to 32 to the power of minus a fifth is a half. Okay? Right, we are going to, I think, go on to fractional powers, where the top is not 1. Okay, so 125 to the power of 2 thirds. So we know the 3 on the bottom takes the cube root, so we've got to do the cube root of 125. The 2 on the top then squares it. Now you can do this in either order, but obviously it's much easier to cube root 125 and then square it than it is to square 125 and then cube root it. Okay, so the cube root of 125 is 5, because 5 times 5 times 5 is 125, and then 5 squared is 25. Your answer is 25. Okay, similarly, 100 to the power of 3 over 2. The bottom number takes the root, so we've got to do the square root of 100 and then cube it. So the square root of 100 is 10. 10 cubes is 1,000. Okay, now questions 7 and 8 combine all of those things. So the minus makes it 1 over. 1 over, we've still got 81 to the power of 3 over 2. The 2 on the bottom takes the square root, so it's the square root of 81, and then we've still got the cube. Square root of 81 is 9, 9 cubes is 729. So it's 1 over 729. Okay? Number 8. 1,000 to the power of minus 2 thirds. So the minus makes it 1 over. We're left with 1,000 to the power of 2 thirds. The 3 on the bottom takes the cube root. So the cube root of 1,000, and then we're squaring it. Cube root of 1,000 is 10. 10 squared is 100. Okay? Right. Just pop these ones in here so that you're happy with them, like I did at the end of the last video. So here we've got 2 to the 5 times 2 cubed. Add your powers, obviously when you're timesing, you add your powers, so that's 2 to the 8. divided by 2 to the 10. When you divide, what do you do with your powers? You subtract them. 8 take away 10 is negative 2. Then we've got 2 to the power of minus 2. The minus makes it 1 over, so it's 1 over 2 squared, it's 1 over 4. Okay, similarly here, 4 to the 7 times 4 to the 3 is 4 to the 10. 4 to the power of 2, all to the power of 4, you times your powers, so it's 4 to the 8. 4 to the 10, sorry, divided by 4 to the 8, subtract your powers, is 4 squared, that is 16. No 1 over there because there is no minus, don't get confused. Okay, 6 to the 7 times 6 to the 5 is 6 to the 12. 6 squared, all to the power of 8, is 6 to the 16. Subtract your powers, 12 take away 16 is minus 4. What does the minus do? It does 1 over 6 to the power of 4. 6 to the power of 4 is 1,296. So our answer, 1 over 1,296. Okay, now I'm just going to add a little extra bit that I forgot about, because these are kind of questions that might come up, and that is if you have fractional ones. So, if I had, for example, 5/7 to the power of minus 1, okay, the minus makes it 1 over, so I've got 1 over 5 over 7 to the power of 1. Now obviously something to the power of 1 is just itself, so it's just 1 over 5 over 7. Hopefully you remember that if you have 1 over fraction, it flips the fraction upside down, so that is 7 over 5. Okay, I'll do a little explanation of why it flips upside down at the end of this video. Okay, right, so number 2, what happens if we had 4 over 3 to the power of minus 3? So it would be 1 over 4 over 3 cubed. 4 cubed is 64. Oh yeah, when you cube a fraction, you just cube the top, cube the bottom. So 4 cubed is 64, 3 cubed is 27, 1 over 64 over 27, you flip the fraction upside down, 27 over 64. Okay, similarly, if we had 81 over 25 to the power of a half, the half square roots, so we'd square root the top, square root the bottom. Square root of 81 is 9, square root of 25 is 5, so the answer, 9 over 5. Okay, then the worst one you might get, something like 27 over 64 to the power of minus 2/3. Okay, step by step. So the minus makes it 1 over. So it's 1 over 27 over 64 to the power of 2/3. The 3 on the bottom cube roots, so we've got to do the cube root of 27 and the cube root of 64. And then we've got to square the answers because of the 2 on the top. Cube root of 27 is 3. Cube root of 64 is 4. 3 squared is 9. 4 squared is 16. So we've got 1 over 9 over 16 is 16 over 9. Okay, let's just think about why this works, this 1 over thing. If you want to stop watching now, that's fine. At the beginning we had 1 over 5 over 7. And I said that's 7 over 5. Let's work out why. So what we are doing is we are doing 1 divided by 5/7. Okay? Let's make this into a fraction so that it's easier. 1 is a fraction, it's just 1 over 1. So it's 1 over 1 divided by 5 over 7. When you divide fractions, you flip the second one upside down and you multiply. So we get 7 over 5. Happy days, that's what it is there.